Good morning and ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ
The information shared in this content represents the personal views of the author and guests. It does not reflect the opinions, ideas, policies, or views of PBC Punjabi Business Channel or its staff. The content provided is for informational purposes only, and this should not be accorded as a financial advice. The accuracy or completeness of the information presented or accessed through any links is not guaranteed by Punjabi Business Channel or the host. Punjabi Business Channel and the host are not liable for any errors or omissions in the information or for any consequences resulting from its display or use.
Did you know? Our portfolio is managed through a systematic investing plan, meaning we invest automatically every month on the same date. Since November, we've beaten the S&P 500 by more than 25%. Our investments are diversified across sectors, commodities, and international markets. If you want to follow the same approach with us, join the Seeking Idea community on WhatsApp today. Link is in the description.
Good morning and ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਦੇਖਣ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜੀ sorry Guinea is having some problems this morning joining so I'm going to start off the show and we're going to start talking about the market update, see what's going on with the market this morning first, then we'll get on with the news and what's boy oh boy, it's big news today, especially from Supreme Court. We had the GDP numbers come out, then we had the PCE numbers come out, and we had the Donald Trump tweet actually GDP numbers before even the numbers came out officially at 8:30. So a lot has been happening this morning, lots going on. So let's start basically with the ES futures. Where are we sitting? Where the direction of the market is going? And when we're looking at ES futures right now, they're 39 points to the upside, and the NASDAQ is almost 256 points to the upside. So after the Supreme Court decision against Donald Trump that his tariffs are illegal, so the market should be going to the upside. The problem is right now the market doesn't know what direction to go to, and I think we are confused as well, because now Donald Trump is going to make a decision. What does he actually want to do with the tariffs? Is he going to use a different method to put them on, or is he going to pay it back, or what is he going to do? We are waiting for him to speak and let us know what direction or where he's going. But we had the GDP numbers come out this morning too, which would affect the markets, ES and the NASDAQ. Why? The GDP numbers came out at 8:30, but Donald Trump tweeted out about half an hour earlier saying the Democrats are killing the U.S. economy and this GDP is going to be down 2 points. And that's exactly when the numbers came out 8:30 and they came to the downside. Remember, Donald Trump wasn't guessing at these numbers. Donald Trump gets to see these numbers the night before. The BLS actually lets him know what kind of numbers are coming out in the morning before they come out in the market. So he actually tweeted it out to everybody what those numbers were going to look like. And that could be sometimes the problem is big advantage for big players like institutional investors. They take advantage of that kind of information that comes out, which are ordinary. Sometimes a player that's waiting till 8:30 for the numbers to come out, he didn't expect something like Donald Trump to tweet it out. So the ES futures are sitting 38 points to the upside. The NASDAQ currently sitting at 246 points. So we have the GDP, we had the Supreme Court decision. Then we also had the PCE numbers. So let me show you all that, just going in front of it here. looking at those numbers, PCE numbers came out in line pretty much. They were not much. They tell us what's going on in the inflation gauge. Even though the number was slightly up 0.4 compared to 0.3, this tells us that inflation is going up. The interest rates should not be coming down. The interest rate should be going up. So when you combine all that data that we talk about, PCE data, we talk about the GDP, payroll, we put it all together, then we finally make a decision, what direction should the interest rates really be going? And when we look at all those interests, all that data, put it together, at the end, what the data that I'm looking at, I say we're not going to get any interest rate cuts maybe till June or July, because this data is showing inflationary numbers, and still GDP that last time came out at 4.4, and also we saw the jobs number, the non-farm payroll that came out last week. So that was also very, very strong to the upside, which are also indicating, hey, we should not get any interest rate cuts. Instead, they maybe should be hiking up the interest rate to the upside. So we'll talk about more about this market. We'll talk about more about the news, and we'll talk about more how these tariffs are going to affect the market, and how are they affecting the Chinese stocks, how they're affecting the Canadian stocks. And we'll talk about all about that. And we got Guinea back. Well, Guinea, welcome back to the show.
ਜੀ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਭਾਜੀ। ਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਮੈਂਬਰਸ ਦਾ। ਤੇ ਭਾਜੀ ਕਮੈਂਟ ਆਉਣੇ ਵੀ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਜੀ, ਨਾਲ ਦੀ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਡੇਟਾ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਜੀ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ।
Anji, bilkul. So what is going on with the market, with the data at that time that we dekhunge na 10 years actually went to the upside, the 10-year saying, hey, interest rates, why? Because if Donald Trump has to pay all this money back, all the tariffs, they're going to have to print it. And if they print, that is going to make the US dollar weaker. And this is going to make the 10-year go to the upside. Why? Because when he needs investors out there to take all that money. If they're going to take that money, they want higher interest rates. And that's why you're going to see the 10-year, if he starts issuing rebates to everybody, you're going to see the 10-year even go higher.
ਜੀ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ। ਤੇ ਇਹ ਡਿਸਕਸ ਕੀਤੇ ਜੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਪਾਲਿਸੀ ਦੇ ਇੰਪੈਕਟ ਕੀ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਜੀ, ਜੋ ਆਪਾਂ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਅਪਡੇਟ। ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਭਾਜੀ ਕਮੈਂਟ ਸਾਈਡ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਜੀ, ਥੋੜੇ ਬਹੁਤੇ ਕਮੈਂਟ ਆਨਸਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਦੀ ਨਾਲ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਹੋਰ ਅਪਡੇਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ, ਕੀ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ।
Yeah, so let's talk about the rest of the market, what is going on, and let's see how these stocks are affecting the Canadian stocks and the Chinese stocks especially. So one of the stocks I've been waiting for the last few days is Alibaba to come out earnings. And they were slated to come out yesterday, and they didn't come out. And the stock is actually is a little bit to the positive side. It was initially went to the down. When the Supreme Court decision kind of comes out, it's been going to the nicely a little bit to the upside. So the stock has been covering to the upside, not only Alibaba. You look at PDD, this is also Chinese Timo holding. And since 10 o'clock, this is a retail, and this is going to benefit. If the Donald Trump tariffs come off, stocks like this is going to benefit. And that's those kind of stocks been running to the upside. Not only PDD, look at other Chinese sectors in the retail sector are performing to the upside as well. But not only that, the Canadian stocks are going to benefit too. Remember, Donald Trump put a lot of tariffs on because of fentanyl, and all those tariffs are illegal now, and they got to come off. And unless Donald Trump decides to put those tariffs on a different decision. So when you're looking at stocks like Canadian banks, and you're looking at CNR, these companies are going to benefit. So what is CNR doing? CNR is going to the upside. What is CNQ doing? What is NTR doing? All these stocks are, NTR was up earlier, but again, the stock has kind of come down a little bit. So it's eventually NTR is going to benefit to the upside. So a lot of Canadian stocks, whether you look at the banks, whether you look at NTR, and anything we've been shipping down to the US is going to benefit.
ਜੀ। ਤੇ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਭਾਜੀ ਫਿਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਥੋੜ੍ਹੇ ਜਿਹੇ ਕਮੈਂਟ ਸਾਈਡ ਚੱਲਦੇ, ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਲ ਟਾਈਮ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਤਾਂ ਭਾਈ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੁਇਕਲੀ ਟਰਾਈ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ ਕਮੈਂਟ ਆਏ ਨੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਆਨਸਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ। ਖਾਸ ਕਰ ਉਹ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਬੈਂਕਿੰਗ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਨੇ, ਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਦੀ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਅਪਡੇਟ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਕੈਨੇਡੀਅਨ ਸਟਾਕਸ ਖਾਸ ਕਰ। ਤਾਂ ਕਸ਼ਮੀਰ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਆਇਆ ਜੀ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਕਮੈਂਟ, ਇਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਗੁੱਡ ਮਾਰਨਿੰਗ ਐਵਰੀਵਨ ਜੀ, ਕੈਨ ਆਈ ਬਾਈ WU ਸਟਾਕ? WU ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਭਾਈ।
WU or NU? Okay, WU. Western Union. Yes, you can buy this stock. Stock it's been coming down for a little while. Western Digital. Sorry, this is not Western Digital. This is actually they transfer money overseas and anywhere. Basically, that's what this company does. Western Union. They were doing pretty good a while back, but since then, I don't know what happened to the company. They've been heading to the downside because there's so many ways to transfer money. So it's such a big competition in this field.
ਜੀ
So Western Digital is not Western Digital. Western Union is it's a pretty good company, but again, let's take a look at why they've been coming down. Take a look at their financial situation.
ਅਰਨਿੰਗਸ ਤੇ ਰੈਵਨਿਊ ਭਾਜੀ ਕੋਈ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਇਨਕਰੀਜ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਈਵਨ ਤੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਡਾਊਨ ਹੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਦੇਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੰਬਰ। ਤੇ ਸੈਕਿੰਡ ਗੱਲ, ਇਹ 10% ਭਾਜੀ ਡਿਵੀਡੈਂਡ ਪੇ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਡੈਟ ਆਲਮੋਸਟ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਕੈਪ ਦੇ ਬਰਾਬਰ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ।
Yeah, this is the reason. Look, if you look at revenue here for Western Union, it's been going to the downside, and if you look at the earnings, kind of stuck in this range here for a while. They've been pretty steady, but stuck in this range. So people are not finding growth in here. So when you don't find growth, they tend to leave and buy something else, and that's what this stock is going to the downside. I would not buy it right now. Just wait, see if they improve on earnings and on revenue.
ਜੀ ਖਾਸ ਕਰ ਭਾਈ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਬੈਂਕਿੰਗ ਕੰਪਨੀਜ਼ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਵੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਡੈਟ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਬਟ ਜੋ ਵੈਸਟਰਨ ਯੂਨੀਅਨ ਆ ਇਹਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਜੋ ਆਪਾਂ ਡੈਟ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹੋ?
Look, any debt is bad for any company, and especially when they're not bringing it down. So how bad is their debt? Let's take a look here. 1.64 billion is their net debt, which is pretty steady if you look at it compared to all these numbers here. It's not that bad, but again, it's pretty steady. They haven't brought it down either, and they haven't increased their. You look at this. The equity. Equity has been pretty much steady for the last 4 quarters. It's not going anywhere. Even though they've been bringing down their liabilities, which is a good thing, but their total assets haven't been increasing either. So that they need to increase profit margins.
ਜੀ ਤੇ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਜੀ ਗਗਨਦੀਪ ਸ਼ਰਮਾ ਜੀ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਕਮੈਂਟ ਆਇਆ ਜੀ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ US ਸੁਪਰੀਮ ਕੋਰਟ ਸਟ੍ਰਾਈਕਸ ਡਾਊਨ ਸਵੀਪਿੰਗ ਟਰੰਪ ਟੈਰਿਫ ਅਗੇਂਸਟ ਡਜ਼ਨ ਆਫ ਕੰਟਰੀਜ਼। ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਇਹਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਆ ਸਟਾਰਟਿੰਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਤੇ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਕਮੈਂਟ ਹੈ ਜੀ SK ਠਾਕੁਰ ਜੀ ਦਾ, ਇਹ ਪੁੱਛ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਗੁੱਡ ਮਾਰਨਿੰਗ ਭਾਜੀ, BMO and TD ਡਾਊਨ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ?
Look, talk about BMO in a minute, but let's tariff again. ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਟਾਰਫ ਦੇ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, ਪਰ ਇਹ ਚੇਤਾ ਨਾ ਭੁੱਲਿਓ ਜਦ ਉਹਨੇ ਟਾਰਫ ਲਾਏ ਸੀ, ਕਈ ਕੰਟਰੀਆਂ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਡੀਲ ਕਰ ਚੁੱਕੀਆਂ। ਉਹ ਇਹਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਉਹ ਡੀਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੰਦ ਹੋਣੀਆਂ। ਜਿੱਦਾਂ UK ਨਾਲ ਡੀਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਆ, ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਨਾਲ ਡੀਲ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਆ, ਤਾਂ ਬਾਕੀ ਜਾਂ ਮੈਕਸੀਕੋ ਨਾਲ ਡੀਲ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ, ਜਾਂ ਹੋਰ ਨਾ ਏਸ਼ੀਆ ਨਾਲ, ਚਾਈਨਾ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਡੀਲ ਹੋਈਆਂ, ਉਹ ਡੀਲਾਂ ਉਹ ਇਨ ਪਲੇਸ ਹੀ ਰਹੂਗੀਆਂ। So overall, even though the tariff decision is gone the other way, the Supreme Court ਨੇ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਵੀ ਡੋਨਲਡ ਟਰੰਪ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਟੈਰਿਫ ਕਲੈਕਟ ਕੀਤੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਪੇ ਕਰਨੇ ਪਊਗੇ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ। ਉਹ ਡਿਸੀਜਨ ਉਹਨੇ ਉੱਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਰਹਿਣ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ। So again, everybody knows Costco is suing Donald Trump and the Trump administration over these tariffs. So they want their tariffs back. I know Costco wants them back, but Donald Trump hasn't made that decision what he's going to do with it. Actually, we haven't heard him say anything since 10 o'clock, and we're waiting for him to make a speech, and we're going to look forward to what he's got to say.
ਜੀ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ, ਅਪਡੇਟ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਹੀ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਣਾ। ਵੈਸੇ ਓਵਰਆਲ ਤਾਂ ਭਾਜੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਕਰ ਗਏ, ਇਹ ਰੈਵਨਿਊ ਵੀ ਜਨਰੇਟ ਕਰ ਗਏ ਆਪਣੀ ਕੰਟਰੀ ਲਈ, ਤੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਹੀ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਜੀ।
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ। ਸੋ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ BMO ਦੀ ਤਾਂ TD ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਇਹ ਸਟਾਕ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ 52 week high, all time high ਤੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ। They're going to the upside, very strong. So if you have BMO, well, hang on to it. I'm a long-term holder, and I'm also swing trader. I swing traded all my position out, but I am still holding the long-term position. So if you want to buy it for long-term, I think you can still buy it, but I'm looking for the market to do dip. Somewhere I need the market correct. So I'm looking for a little bit of correction before I buy BMO or even TD. TD is hitting the all-time highs as well to the upside. Look at these charts. They're just,
ਜੀ
you don't want to chase them. And everybody's made a great money, but now by buying them at higher prices, you don't want to lose all those profits either. So
ਜੀ
I would say wait for patiently when they become reasonable, and then maybe worth buying it. I don't know if you guys remember way back here when they were in that money laundering.
ਜੀ
They caught up and the stock was going down, and I basically was saying buy. It was $75.
ਜੀ
And since then, you collected about a whole bunch of dividend, and plus the stock price has almost doubled.
ਜੀ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਇਹ ਵਧੀਆ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਜੀ ਦੋ ਸਟਾਕ ਰਾਈਟ ਨਾਓ ਤੇ
I think all the stocks, I think Guinea we give out pretty much here. I think they all made good money. So not only the banks, you look
ਜੀ
at CNR, you look at Pepsi, you look at Coca-Cola. I mean, you look at the stocks.
ਜੀ
So, I know you're not going to be perfect. You're not gonna, like there's going to be one or two stocks. They always going to mention. They're never going to let you forget it. Those one or two stocks that go down. I know they're not going to let you forget those.
ਜੀ
But again, that's fine. It's part of the game. You're not going to get perfectly right every single stock. And there is no, and if I don't think there is anybody else but Warren Buffett's probably the only one. But
ਜੀ
I don't think anybody else is perfect as him. I think maybe even him made a big mistake with Kraft and Heinz when he bought that stock.
ਤੇ ਭਾਜੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਨਾਰਮਲੀ ਜੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੀਏ ਕੋਈ ਬਾਏ ਕਰਦਾ ਸਟਾਕ ਆਪਾਂ 10 ਸਟਾਕ ਬਾਏ ਕੀਤੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ 2 ਸਟਾਕ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਵਰਕਆਊਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਤਾਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਉੱਥੇ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੋਜੀਸ਼ਨ ਸਾਈਜ਼ਿੰਗ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹੋ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ 5% ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਸਟਾਕ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਡੀਵਿਜੂਅਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਡ ਆਨ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹੋ, ਉੱਥੇ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਵਰੀ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ।
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਦੇਖੋ ਜੇ ਪ੍ਰੀਸੀਸ਼ਨ ਸਾਈਜ਼ਿੰਗ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਇਹ ਬੜੀ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਚੀਜ਼ ਆ। ਕਦੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਸੋਲਿਡ ਕੰਪਨੀਆਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ CNR ਹੋ ਗਈਆਂ, ਪੈਪਸੀ ਹੋ ਗਈਆਂ, ਕੰਪਨੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਚੀਪ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ, ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉੱਦਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਕੰਪਨੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਪੈਸਾ ਪਾਈਦਾ। ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹ ਉੱਪਰ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਉਹੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਪੈਸਾ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਦਿੰਦੀਆਂ। ਸੋ ਇੱਕ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਉਹ ਸੋਲਿਡ ਵੀ ਕੰਪਨੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ, ਸੋਲਿਡ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਤੇ ਬੈਂਕਰਪਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਅਰਨਿੰਗਸ ਅੱਜ ਥੱਲੇ ਆਈਆਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਹੀ ਜਾਣਾ। CNR ਹੁਣ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ $153 ਤੇ ਆਲਮੋਸਟ ਸਟਾਕ ਬੈਠਾ ਹੈਗਾ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅਸੀਂ $128 ਤੇ ਕਲੈਕਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਸਾਰੇ ਬਾਏ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਪਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੈਸੇ ਵੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਪਾਇਆ, ਕਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਚੱਲ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ, ਕਦੇ ਥੱਲੇ ਚੱਲ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ, ਪਰ $129-130 ਦੀ ਉਹਦੀ ਬਾਇੰਗ ਨਹੀਂ ਛੱਡੀ।
ਜੀ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਜੀ। ਤੇ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਭਾਜੀ, ਨੈਕਸਟ ਕਮੈਂਟ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ। ਜੂਵੀ ਜੋਹਲ ਜੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਕਮੈਂਟ ਆਇਆ ਨੈਕਸਟ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਜ਼ WSP ਅ ਬਾਏ ਰਾਈਟ ਨਾਓ better than TFI and CNR for long term?
ਕਿਹੜਾ ਜੀ
WSP ਭਾਜੀ, ਮੈਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਡਿਸਪਲੇ ਕਰਦਾ ਜੀ ਕਮੈਂਟ।
WSB SP. This is it better than TFI and CNR for long term? WSP, from what I see, it is S&P 500. Basically, you're buying the S&P 500. Both TFI and CNR are individual companies. So if we CNR, TFI, the only growth you're stuck to those particular companies. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ growth ਵਧੀਆ ਵੀ ਆ ਸਕਦਾ, ਵਧੀਆ ਮਾੜਾ ਵੀ ਆ ਸਕਦਾ। ਪਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ S&P 500 ਦਾ ਆ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਹੈਗੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 500 ਸਟਾਕ ਆ
ਜੀ।
ਸੋ ਜਦੋਂ ਦਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਦਾ ਇੰਡੈਕਸ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਗਿਆ, ਐਕਚੁਅਲੀ ਆਲ ਟਾਈਮ ਹਾਈ ਤੇ ਬੈਠਾ ਹੈਗਾ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਪਤਾ ਵੀ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਡਿਪ ਆਉਣੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, ਡਿਪ ਬਾਇੰਗ ਵਧੀਆ ਹੋਣੀ ਆ, ਪਰ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਰੱਖਣਾ 50 ਸਾਲ 60 ਸਾਲ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਰੱਖਣਾ, obviously this stock will be WSP will be around, but CNR and TFI are also very solid companies, but they're individual companies. But with individual companies, they're going to have their big ups and they're going to have big downs. And CNR and TFI also going to give you big returns. They're also going to, some years, they're not going to give you those great good returns. But if you play it like, swing trade these stocks, you're going to make pretty good money.
ਜੀ। ਤੇ ਭਾਈ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਨਾ ਆਪਾਂ TSX ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਆ ਜੀ WSP ਉਹ ਵੀ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਦੂਜਾ ਨਾ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ, ਹੁਣ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਕਨਫਰਮ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ। WSP ਭਾਜੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ 3rd ਨੰਬਰ ਤੇ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਜੀ, ਇਹ WSP ਗਲੋਬਲ ਇਨਕੋਰਪੋਰੇਸ਼ਨ, ਇਹ ਹੈਗਾ ਜੀ $228 ਦਾ ਸਟਾਕ। ਇਹ ਇੰਡਸਟਰੀਅਲ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ ਭਾਜੀ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਇਹ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਸਟਾਕ ਇਹ ਹੋਣਾ ਜੀ 3rd one। ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ।
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ
ਜੀ
ਸੋ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੇ TSX ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਹੈ
ATSX ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਭਾਜੀ
TSX right
ਹਾਂਜੀ
yeah TSX to $228 the stock. Let's check let's check this one. I think we checked it a few days ago. Right now it's come down nicely for some reason, maybe on the news or whatever. We'll have to take a look at that, what's going on there. But let's see what the stock does. I think I forgot what they did. They are into professional services, engage in the provisions of solutions of government, business, architects, and planners. So in sort of advisory ਜਿੱਦਾਂ stock ਜਿਹਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਪਰ ਮੈਨੂੰ
ਜੀ
clearly ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਵੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਇਹ ਕਰਦੇ exactly what they're doing.
ਜੀ
Let's read further here.
ਇਹ ਕੰਸਟਰਕਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਗਏ ਭਾਈ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਪ੍ਰੋਵਾਈਡ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਆਹ ਪਲੰਬਿੰਗ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਟੈਕਨੀਸ਼ੀਅਨਸ ਵਗੈਰਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਪਲੈਨਰਸ ਸਰਵੇਅਰਸ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਟਰਾਂਸਪੋਰਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੀ
Yeah, it's sort of they're all over the place. They're into you can say they're diversified company. So it's a $36.61 billion company. Revenue is very strong. That's pretty good. Earnings are pretty strong as well. Yeah, I like the stock, but why did the stock take a dive? That would be my key question. Is take a look here. This year when it started going down, this was on the February 11th. When the stock went down. So I would take a look at this news. What's going on with this news before you decide to buy it? Let me just punch it here, see if I see anything. WST on the TSX. What is there any news here? Oh, that's what they did. They offered debt, and that's why the stock went to the downside. So they offered debt. They're taking on more debt. So the future earnings are gonna be paying more for this debt. It's around 1 billion senior notes they're offering. That came out on that was a while back though. That was on January 20th. But no, I don't see anything that came out latest. Okay, that was January 20th. Sorry guys. They're still doing 1 billion offering, 4.003% to 4.5. 86. So again, you have to take a look at that. But I don't know if it's because of that. But in January 20th, that's what they did. And again, this stock could be related to that. You have to find out more news on this one to either say buy or sell.
ਜੀ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਤੇ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ ਚੈੱਕ ਗਗਨਦੀਪ ਸ਼ਰਮਾ ਜੀ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਗੁੱਡ ਮਾਰਨਿੰਗ ਭਾਜੀ ਵਾਟਸ ਇੰਪੈਕਟ ਆਫ ਸੁਪਰੀਮ ਕੋਰਟਸ ਰੂਲਿੰਗ ਔਨ ਗੋਲਡ ਐਂਡ S&P 500
Look, it's inflationary. If you have to issue the money, it's going to be inflationary. That means gold should go up. Gold or silver or commodities, well, the prices will go up. And the way you can tell is keep an eye on the 10-year. 10-year, if this starts going to the upside, that is going to create inflation. And the reason is they might have to print more money. And if they print more money, that's where also keep an eye on the dollar index. If the dollar index starts going to the downside, today is sitting at 97.77. If it starts going to the downside, that means they're printing more money. And that's going to be inflationary.
ਜੀ ਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਹੈਗਾ ਜੀ ਮਨਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਕਮੈਂਟ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਗੁੱਡ ਮਾਰਨਿੰਗ ਭਾਜੀ PRL ਐਂਡ ATRL ਔਨ TSX ਦੇਖਿਓ ਟੋਰਾਂਟੋ ਸਟਾਕ ਐਕਸਚੇਂਜ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਜੀ PRL ਤੇ ATRL
Okay, PRL and Propel Holdings. Okay, the chart doesn't look too good. It's sitting at the bottom at sport, but let's take a look at the numbers. What do they do? Company is 870 million. They're into financial technology company which provides leading related services to borrowers. Okay, a platform ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਆ 4.07% ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਆ dividend numbers ਵੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ looks like the numbers are good. Revenue here, take a look at it's going to the upside. I like it. 870. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Fundamentals look pretty good. But if you want to buy this company, keep an eye on it at $20. If it goes below $20, that's where I would put my stop loss.
ਜੀ ਤੇ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਜੀ ATRL.
Let's take one. Okay, what do they do? Chart is nice to the upside. Let's take a look what the company does. Overview. It's engaged in the provisions of project management and professional services. Okay, sort of like advisory company. Price to earnings ratio is really cheap. Pay a little bit of dividend, 5.70 billion market cap, and not so bad. Another solid company.
ਜੀ
Financials are solid, numbers are solid, but let's take a look at the earnings. Earnings are look pretty solid as well. They're increasing as we are going forward, so the numbers don't look too bad at all. Revenue is good. The chart looks good. I would look for a breakout above here. Then the company is solid. If you have it, hang on it. If you're looking to buy, you know what? I think it's a good company, but put your stop loss right below here. Here, if you're gonna buy it, $83, $84.
ਜੀ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਦੋ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੰਪਨੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਨੈਕਸਟ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਜਸਟ ਟੀਵੀ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਕਮੈਂਟ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਇਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਹ CNQ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਪੁੱਛ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਭਾਜੀ।
CNQ is gonna benefiting right now because oil prices. Donald Trump is fighting with Iran, and if that fight goes on, this is gonna go higher. Oil is gonna go higher, and this is gonna go higher. And when we're looking at this, we are looking at also, it's one of our favorite stocks, CNQ, and let's take a look at oil. Oil has been going to the upside, and if this oil continues to the upside, CNQ will go to the upside. And if Donald Trump starts war, we're gonna see this oil break up to the $70 level.
ਜੀ ਤੇ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਭਾਜੀ ਆਨਸਰ। ਦੋ ਕਮੈਂਟ ਨੇ ਜੀ, ਫਿਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਆਨਸਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਫਿਰ ਭਾਜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਅਪੁਆਇੰਟਮੈਂਟ ਆ, ਫਿਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਮ ਅਪ ਕਰ ਦਾਂਗੇ ਜੀ। ਪਰਮਜੀਤ ਜੀ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਕਮੈਂਟ ਆਇਆ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ SoFi ਬਾਈ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਭਾਜੀ 28.42 ਤੇ। ਕੀ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਜੀ ਅੱਗੇ ਕੀ ਬਣ ਸਕਦਾ SoFi?
We sold SoFi at $30, and hang on, the wrong chart here. SoFi, we sold it at $30. I am not currently holding any SoFi. The one I like is NU. That's what I'm holding. I think this is gonna come a point where you're gonna SoFi gonna become a buy. But if it keeps coming down, I would be a buyer around the $15 area. That's where I would be looking for this one.
ਜੀ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਭਾਈ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ? ਹੋਲਡ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ 28
I think you should sort of sold. I think you should have sold a while back here.
ਜੀ
That's where I actually sold. I mentioned it. I sold this one at $30, and I think right now, I think it's going to come down to 15. It's up to you. It's kind of a bit late now, but eventually I think it's going to turn around back to the upside. But I'm looking around the $15 range.
ਜੀ ਤੇ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਭਾਜੀ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ, ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਮ ਅਪ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ। ਕਾਕੂ ਅਰੋੜਾ ਜੀ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਕਮੈਂਟ ਆਇਆ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੈਪੀ ਟ੍ਰੇਡਿੰਗ ਫਰਾਈਡੇ ਟੂ PBCT, ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਯੂਰ ਵਿਊਜ਼ ਔਨ ਨੈਚੁਰਲ ਗੈਸ ਡਿਊ ਟੂ ਟੈਰਿਫਸ ਡਿਸੀਜ਼ਨ ਟੂਡੇ। ਟੈਰਿਫ ਨਾਲ ਭਾਜੀ ਨੈਚੁਰਲ ਗੈਸ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਕੀ ਇੰਪੈਕਟ ਦੇਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਆਪਾਂ?
Look, we already talked about a number of times what the tariff effect is going to be. Again, it's depends what Donald Trump says. So wait for the Trump. Let's see what direction he's going to take. Is he going to keep them on? Is he going to pay it back, or is he going to come up with another law where he can keep the tariffs on?
ਜੀ ਤਾਂ ਜੋ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਵੇਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ ਅੱਗੇ ਕੀ ਨਿਊਜ਼ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ, ਤੇ ਉਹ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਪੈਕਟ ਕਰੂਗੀ। ਫਿਰ ਤੇ ਸਮ ਅਪ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਭਾਜੀ ਫਿਰ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਸ਼ੋ।
Sorry you guys leaving a little early. There's a hockey game on. Olympics are on. Team Canada is playing. I know a lot of people, that's why they're not here, not watching the show, because they're all watching TV. So we'll see you guys all next week. Thank you.
ਜੀ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਜੀ, ਤੇ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਜੀ ਮੰਡੇ ਮਾਰਨਿੰਗ ਨਵੇਂ ਸਟਾਕਸ ਨਵੇਂ ਅਪਡੇਟ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ।
The information shared in this content represents the personal views of the author and guests. It does not reflect the opinions, ideas, policies, or views of PBC Punjabi Business Channel or its staff. The content provided is for informational purposes only, and this should not be accorded as a financial advice. The accuracy or completeness of the information presented or accessed through any links is not